Hi everybody, welcome back to Gear Frontier. Today I wanted to discuss whether or not I think Arc'teryx is worth it in 2024. So I have a few different models here. I have a female Atam LT, so this is my wife's. I have my now 5 or 6 year old Beta SL hybrid jacket. I have my Atam SL and my Atam LT. I also have the Aros FL shoes. So in my opinion, is Arc'teryx worth it in 2024? I'm gonna say yes, but there are a couple caveats. So number one, I would never pay MSRP for Arc stuff. It just doesn't make any sense, especially now the prices have just gotten out of control. So if you can buy secondhand, buy secondhand. Or if you could buy on some sort of sale or discount, definitely do so, but never pay MSRP or full price for Arc'teryx, in my opinion. The other thing is make sure that their cuts and their sizing fits your body type. So what I've noticed is that a few years ago, so I would say 2020 and before, their cuts were a little bit more slim and a little bit longer in the arms and torso. And they've started in the past few years to get a little, just slightly more boxy. And I'm sure that's to appeal to a larger crowd, but just definitely if you're able to try stuff on, try stuff on. I'm typically a medium or large in their jackets, but it really just depends. So like the Beta SL here, the hybrid, I'm a medium. Something like the Atam SL and the Atam, I'm a large. So it really just depends. The other thing to keep in mind is how you're gonna use the system, so their layering system. If you're not really gonna take advantage of their layering system, then maybe Arc'teryx isn't necessarily worth it. But if you are gonna take advantage, it can be really beneficial. So let's get into some of these, I guess, individual jackets here. So again, this is my wife's Atam LT, and as you can see, we don't really baby our stuff. We use it. It's not just a fashion piece. So we go hiking in North Carolina. We've been hiking in Ohio as well. And as you can see, she ended up catching a rock face, or maybe it was might have been a wire from a fence. But anyways, yeah, threw some duct tape on there, and I'll eventually put some clear tenacious tape or something on there. But yeah, so this is her Atam LT. She loves it. This is great as an active jacket. So no, if you're standing around in 40-degree weather with just that and a t-shirt, you're probably going to be a little bit chilly. I know everyone's different. Some people run hot, some people run cold, but these kind of fleece sides, they let in a lot of air. And so if there's any sort of wind, it's just going to cut right through you. So yeah, if you're hiking and you're active in that sort of temperature, 40s, maybe low 50s, the Atam LT is awesome. You might actually get a little bit warm, and so you may have to unzip or even maybe try something like the Atam SL. So this is my SL. It's still insulated, but just in the torso. So the sleeves here, I'll show you, they really don't have much besides just mesh. So it's almost like a vest with long sleeves. So insulated vest, uninsulated sleeves. This one I had to replace the zipper on, or I should say I had someone replace it. Took it to an alteration store because I bought it for a steep discount because the zipper didn't work. Replaced it for like 10 bucks, and there we go. So that's my SL, that's her LT. Now my rain jacket, and again, I live in Florida. So do I use my insulated jackets a lot? No. Maybe like 3 or 4 weeks out of the year. But again, we do travel. We go to North Carolina, we go to Ohio, typically during the winters. But I use this thing a whole heck of a lot because it rains all the time here in Florida. So as you can see, I have used this to the point where some of the seams are starting to fail. They're starting to come apart. And I haven't babied this, but I haven't exactly abused it either. I've washed it with DWR. I use the Granger's DWR treatment, and just to make sure that it still beads water. But I really like this jacket. There are a couple things that I wish were different on it. So as you can see, it has two different materials. It has the C-knit, and then it has the Paclite material. This Paclite material doesn't feel great against your skin. The C-knit feels amazing. So I wish the whole thing were C-knit. Yes, I know that Arc'teryx makes jackets that are full C-knit, but this I got for a really good price. Again, I did not pay near MSRP for any of this stuff. Their prices are just crazy to me. So anyways, I've used this for about 5 or 6 years. It's holding up fairly well. Still sheds water, hasn't wetted out yet, so it's working fine. I do have to say that pit zips, if you live in the South and you're using this as a rain jacket, pit zips are a must-have. So yeah, that is my Beta SL hybrid. And then I already talked about the Atam SL a little bit. If it's really cold, which I know my northern people watching are like, Florida doesn't get really cold. I get you. However, when it goes from like 100 degrees and 90% humidity, and then in less than a week it drops to, I don't know, 50 with the same humidity, I get a little bit chilly, and I like to wear just a t-shirt under my stuff. So sometimes I'll layer this with the Atam LT, and it works really good as a layering system. So the LT, again, I talked about my wife's. This is basically the same thing, just a different cut. And this has been really awesome. This is about as old as my Beta SL hybrid. So I've had both of them for roughly 5 or 6 years, and they're holding up great. I think the color, I mean, I'm gonna butcher these colors because I don't really remember many of them. So I think this is Caribou. I'm not sure. This, I think, it's just a navy blue. This is like Tui, T-U-I. And then these, I have no idea. This is more like a lilac, like a light purple. And then this is more of, I don't even know, kind of like a gray, green, blue color here on the SL. All right, and then finally, these are the Aros FLs. And as you can see, they have a decent amount of use on them. The tread's holding up great. These are about 2 or 3 years old as well. And they're Gore-Tex, so I don't really use them for hiking much here in Florida. Also, there's really not a lot of hiking in Florida. It's mostly flat and swampy. So, but in North Carolina and Ohio, these have been great. They have Vibram Mega Grip on the bottom. They're super grippy. I really haven't slipped in these at all, even when it's been icy and snowy in the Carolinas during the winter, climbing up stuff like Yellow Mountain and areas around Highlands. So these have been awesome. The Gore-Tex is great when it's cold and wet outside, but other than that, your feet are going to roast and they're going to sweat a lot. So I want to pick up the non-Gore-Tex version of these. I think they just came out with it called the Aros Aura, I want to say. So yeah, these are awesome. If you have a narrow foot, these will be great. They do run pretty narrow, so just keep that in mind. All right, so there you go. I hope that this can help you make an informed decision on whether or not you should purchase Arc'teryx in 2024. Again, kind of the cliff notes here is if you can buy them on discount or even used and in good condition. I know that they have their re-gear program. You can go online and look at used stuff that they sell. I would definitely suggest you do so. I love all of my Arc'teryx stuff. I just think that for MSRP, there's probably some better options, like maybe Norrona, if you've never heard of them, Norrona. I think they're a Scandinavian company, but I've heard really good things about them as well. So again, hope this helps. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one.